Hi everyone, welcome back to Herky the Cavalier's channel. I'm here today with Herky and Milton in a bit of a different setup. This is a side that you've never seen of our headquarters, and it's where we usually dye the leashes. But today I wanted to hop on with Herky and Milton to do our grooming video. If you haven't seen our grooming essentials video, I'll be linking it up here for you, but in it I showed you some essential products and also a new grooming kit that I got that I want to start using on Herky and Milton. The reason being is that Herky and Milton, they get really anxious when they go to the groomer, so I've stopped taking them to the groomers, and now I want to try to do it at home. This will be my first time, so please, no judgment. I can't guarantee that it's going to work, but I'm going to try, and we're here to learn because a lot of you asked to see it, so here we are. When I posted that initial video of grooming, there's a follower named Bex, and she's a Cav mom, and her Cavalier is a Ruby Cavalier named Lady. So thank you, Bex, for sending those videos over. She's a groomer in the UK, and she's just shown me some videos of how she grooms a Spaniel. So I watched those over the weekend, and hopefully this will become something like useful. I'm kind of stressed out, but I'm going to do my best. I'm really going to do my best, and hopefully this is helpful for you. So I kind of made like a makeshift grooming table here. I'm going to try and see how it works. Okay, so this is my makeshift grooming table just to hold Herky upright. I've seen some groomers do this, and I think it's going to be kind of useful for our purposes today. So I bathed them last night. They're clean. I'm going to start by combing them out, and then we're going to proceed with like little knots and mats. But for now, I'm just going to brush her out. See, like even right now she's sort of anxious. I think it may be the position that she doesn't like. No, Herky, no. Stay. So I'm gonna start out with the regular scissors just to get out some knots. Like I feel certain knots, so those, you can try to brush them out when you can, but there's just certain knots that I know like I can't get out, so those I'm gonna cut. It usually happens like under their armpits. She has a lot. And also behind her ear, she has a really big one right now. Like, I don't know if you can see it. It looks like a dreadlock. So this is really up to you how you want to cut them, but I'm just going to go in with scissors. Herky, stay. And be very gentle when you cut these out, because it's really thin to... My thing's not really going to work, because it's beside really sensitive skin and really thin skin, so be careful behind there. I know, Herky. Herky just exhaled like she's really done with this already. I think some groomers, correct me if I'm wrong, but once there's big knots like this, they'll usually shave the area, I think. It might be easier, but I'm just gonna cut really close here. You see, like, it's a really big and thick knot. It's really unfortunate when she has big knots like this, and I try to brush her every day, to be honest, but sometimes these knots just happen. And aside from this, personally, I'm not going to take off any more from her ears because she doesn't have a lot. The main part that I want to focus on is the body, and especially like this area. I think it's getting really thick and heavy. So that's like where I'm going to cut the most. The gist of what Bex was telling me is that when you have a spaniel or some sort of dog with long hair like this, what you want to do is always use thinning shears, and this will like keep the natural look. Because when you go in with blunt scissors, like on the fur like this, it's gonna look super unnatural. So what Bex was saying basically is that you really have to comb it really well. It has to be super well combed, and then you just trim away with those thinning shears. So, God. Here it goes. It really doesn't cut much, so I'm happy about that. So I'm just going in and thinning out Herky's hair. Like, this is how much it cut with all this cutting that I did. So I think we can go in pretty heavily at this point and just... Good girl, we're cutting your hair, honey. I know. Herky hates it when we hold her paws, so this is really not making it really good. And sorry for the weird cutting angles, and I'm kind of filming alone, so it's kind of hard. I'm gonna go in on her sides too. Stay Herky. Like here, she has a lot of volume, so I'm just gonna run it down. You kind of want to go in the direction that the hair is growing and thin it that way, so it looks more natural. Again, it's really up to you how you cut your dog, but I feel like a Cavalier and Spaniels and like certain Shepherds and stuff, they have this natural look that looks like really, really gorgeous, and if you go in with blunt scissors, it just wouldn't make a lot of sense. So I'm just gonna cut and comb as we go. It's already looking very good, don't you think? Wow, I like the look of this. Just gonna keep thinning a bit here. Honestly, discovering these thinning scissors is gonna be a godsend for me. Life changing. Wow, beautiful. So, what do you guys think? This leg? Herky, stay. Let's look at the other leg. Does it look a lot better? I'm very, very happy about how this is looking. Good, Herky. I'm gonna try to do the other leg on this side and see if the angle works well. So I'm having a bit of a hard time because I feel like this, I'm gonna try to switch her around again. The angle's gonna be awkward and you can't really see, but since I'm right-handed, I feel more comfortable if she's on this side and I'm trimming that leg. So you won't see me grooming the side or cutting the side, but I'm gonna show you after. You can sort of imagine spaniel hair like human hair, because you want natural layers, so it looks more natural than like if it was just cut bluntly across. You know what's funny is that I'm talking like I really know what I'm doing, but I don't. This is my first time, and honestly I was really, really dreading this, and I was like, how can I make Herky look better but not take her to the groomers? Like, you have no idea how heartbreaking it was last time I brought her to the groomers and Milton was with her. It was the first time that Milton went, but she didn't get any of her hair cut. She just went for a bath. Oh my God, they were both in a cage, trembling and salivating so much in their little cage. So I don't think it's that worth it to put them through that. Hi, Herky. Oh, it's okay. It's okay, honey. You're doing great, sweetie. Oh, you sat down? How about up? How about up? Okay, so I'm just gonna do the sides here, just to thin down her coat a bit. I'm not gonna take much under her belly because she doesn't have that much hair there. But if your dog has a lot of feathers down here, maybe you can take just this thinning scissors and go down this way, or even down here. Just gonna take some around her neck. Also, her neck is kind of fluffy, but not too much. Oh, sorry, Herky. I know you hate it. So I think her front paws look pretty good right now. Whew, I was really nervous to do this, but I think it's going well. Okay, so I was looking at what you guys see, and I don't feel like you see very well that she's had some hair out, so I'm gonna just thin it out a bit more. Are you okay, Herky? Come here. Okay, now I'm gonna try to do, these back legs are kind of looking like very fuzzy too, just like her front legs. So I brushed them out and I'm just gonna run the scissors against it too. Again, always thinning scissors. This makes it really easy too, like beginner friendly grooming, because not much comes out of it and it basically just thins out the entire thing. especially the hair around the bum. I might even go in with straight scissors around the bum and then thin it out, just because when the hair back here gets really long, there's a lot of pee and poo that can get stuck there. So I might just try to cut it and then thin it. I know, you don't like it. You don't like when we touch your paws and your legs. I'm sorry. Good, Herky. Her back legs are really, really hairy. So I think there's going to be a lot of trimming to be done back here. I'm just going to keep thinning the back legs. So what do you guys think of this back leg now? Good? A lot better than it was. Okay, so I'm going to try to show you her bum. I know her thing. As you can see, it's pretty long here, so I'm going to try to go with scissors down like this and then thin it out. But this is optional and you really don't have to do it. It's just that, as I mentioned, when it's long like this, they tend to get a lot of pee and poo stuck there. I'm kind of scared. I've seen some videos on YouTube that people, when they do this, they call it the poo tunnel, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so now the cut is pretty blunt. I'm sorry, Herky. I'm just gonna thin it out to make it equal. That's a terrible cutting job, by the way. Like, this doesn't look good. No, Herky. So this is what I mean by the thinning scissors can make a blunt cut look a bit more natural. Okay, so my battery died sometime during which I was trimming this leg. So I don't know what you've seen or what you haven't, but I think I'm pretty much done with this leg. They're pretty equal now. Not perfect because, again, this is my first time doing it, but I'm trying. So what do you guys think of this leg? The back I'm not quite happy with. Like, it looks a bit something. But as you can see, I tried to like cut down here and then thin it out. I kind of want to keep the look of Grinch feet because I love Grinch feet, but you could trim them around. What I'm going to do is just trim under her paw pads. She hates when we touch her paws, so this might be a bit tricky. But wait, how about I first try to do her tail. I love the look of these fan tails that Cavaliers have, so I'm just going to thin it out a bit. But not much. I have no idea what I'm doing, by the way, so I'm just going to, thin it out. Just a bit of volume like that. Very minimal hair. I know, Herky, you don't like when we touch anything. I know. Okay, you don't like it? I'm almost done. Oh, I'm sorry. Herky hates getting touched at a lot of places. So you can imagine how anxious she must be when this happens with a stranger. Not happy. Speaking of, I'm going to give her a treat. Good girl, Herky. Milton, you get some just because nothing. So I think you guys get the principle of what I want to do. Basically keep everything very natural. I'm just going to take her paw here and trim under. I'm basically just cutting out all the hair covering her paw pads. Again, I'm going to keep the look of the Grinch feet and just go cut this hair. I think some groomers, correct me if I'm wrong, but shave under the paw pads. It might be a bit easier, but I've never used a clipper in my life, so I'm kind of nervous just going in with the clipper. Although Herky has a mustache, and I think the best way to like cut that would probably be a clipper. Ooh, 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 ooh. I know, honey. And then since I like the look of Grinch feet, I'm just gonna brush them out. But if you want to trim those, the trick I read is to pull up the Grinch feet from between the toes. I might just take a bit out with the thinning scissors, just a little bit. But yeah, that's how. I have no idea how I'm gonna cut her front paws. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to trim this without her being so uncomfortable. Like this, or like this. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna try like this. You fold it under. And then just trim around the paw pads. And be careful not to snip any skin. Be firm in your grip, but try not to hurt them. Okay, good girl. Good girl. Stay. 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 Nope. Nope. Herky, nope. Don't pull. Don't pull. Hey, excuse me, madame. Oh my god. Herky, stop moving, please. Nope, 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 nope. Okay. She really doesn't want me to touch her underpaws. A lot of hair flying around. Okay, so that's all she wants me to do, so I'm not going to force her too much. Her Grinch feet in the front aren't as long as in the back, so I'm going to leave it like that. Now I'm just going to trim again the paw pads under here. The back paws are a bit easier, according to me, according to Herky. She's so sick of this. I'm sorry, Herky. Again, I just push the hair up between her toes for the Grinch feet in the back, and then I'm just going to trim just a bit of the volume. Because the ones in the back have a bit more length. Oh, sorry, Herky. You look so good, honey. I'm gonna make this quick, Herky. I'm tired. All right, we're almost done. What I have to do left is her chest. So I'm just gonna brush this out, and I kind of want to keep the look natural because she doesn't have a lot of chest hair, but I think chest hair on a Cavalier is so beautiful. So I'm gonna try to keep it very natural. And Herky doesn't have a lot of hair there, so I'm just gonna do it very quickly. And not a lot. I'm very impressed at how dummy friendly this is. Like, I'm a very clumsy person, and if I can do this, you can do it. You look good, baby. You look good. All right, do I dare try to do her mustache? So you guys see Herky's mustache here? I think when we went to the groomers, they shaved it. So there's 4 attachments for this thing. There's 3mm, 6mm, 9mm, and 12. So I'm gonna do 12 first. Can you trust mommy just for a little bit? I promise this is the last thing we do, okay? Yes, I love you. You good girl. You good girl. Okay. Good girl. Okay, it kind of works, but she's really afraid of it. Okay, so she's not very happy with the clipper, as you can see. So I'm just gonna try to thin out her mustache. Here, like this. Are you not happy, Herky? Okay, now I'm just gonna do some finishing touches. I noticed that this leg back here is a bit thicker still than the other side, so I'm just gonna work on this a bit. And then we're gonna call Dad in to see how he finds Herky's new pet.
Ooh, Herky. Milton should get trimmed too.
Really?
It's a bit patchy.
Okay.
But just to get it more even.
Okay.
Herky, you're so skinny. Oh, wow. That's really nice.
Yeah?
Yep.
Looks
I would
really
cut a bit more here.
Yeah. Look at how easy this is. It's incredible.
It looks good.
Chicksa, here?
Yeah, just like make her more aerodynamic.
Look at this.
Good, Herky.
Like, it's like dummy proof.
Is it filming?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for the tips.
Yes, thank you, Bex, for the video. So do you guys like it? This is Herky's.
You look terrific, Herky.
Yeah?
Yeah, she looks more put together.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a good trim.
She's not happy with this. Look, I made her ass.
Good job, Herky.
Herky, the show dog. Herky's not happy.
For everywhere.
I know. I'm gonna have to vacuum after. Okay, so I know most groomers usually they tie the dogs with the neck. I just feel like with Herky and Milton, they tend to sit up more when their hips are up. So this is why I'm using their harness. This is just their regular harness, and I have like a pole here that I'm using as a rack. So Dad thinks that Milton needs a trim too, so I'm just gonna go do the same thing around her feathers. She doesn't have much at all, so I'm gonna keep it easy on there. I'm also gonna trim maybe her chest a bit, but it's mainly gonna be her legs. This is not the best idea to leave your hair loose when you do this, because I think I chopped off some of my hair too. So Milton doesn't have much hair on her butt. So I'm not going to cut it, I'm just going to thin it out using the thinning scissors. But if it's longer like Herky, feel free to cut and then thin out. You look good, Millie. Oh, no, stay. Good girl. So I think that's it for her body. Again, she doesn't have much, so it's not as much of a trimming job as it is for Herky. Now I'm just going to trim her paw pads. Alright, so here's Milton's finished trim. It literally took like 10 minutes, not even, because she has so little hair. Oh wait, did I do this leg? Good girl, you did so well. You did so well for your first haircut. You want to sit here? Herky's gonna come. Sit. Herky, come here. Alright, so that's it for the video. It was a very long one, at least behind the scenes it was. I don't know how long I'm going to make this video, but I hope you enjoyed, and this gives you some courage to groom your dogs at home. Like, I was really scared of it, but honestly, these scissors or the thinning shears is really a lifesaver. It's really dummy proof. Like, I'm super clumsy, and I thought if I didn't know about this for sure, I would have never cut them at home, but this made it super easy. Herky, no, that's your hair. This made it super easy, and I think the girls don't mind it as much at all as going to the groomers. Thank you again to Bex for sending over those videos. It really gave me a lot of courage to do this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you want to leave us a comment, a question, or anything, they are super welcome. So thank you guys so much for watching. We love you, and we'll see you soon. Bye. One doggy, two doggies. Okay. You guys are so hairy. You guys are so hairy. Oh la la.